The crowd roars with excitement, their cheers echoing through the stadium, creating an electric atmosphere. Splashes of water fly skyward, catching the sunlight and creating a dazzling display of shimmering droplets. A young woman, beaming with joy, kneels on a platform at the edge of the pool, her smile reflecting the happiness of the moment. She raises her hand, signaling the end of the show, a gesture that signifies the culmination of hours of training and dedication. The Orca, a majestic black and white giant, glides towards her, his immense size dwarfing her small frame. The audience watches in awe, unaware of the impending danger. Suddenly, everything changes. The water churns violently, a stark contrast to the serene moments just before. The Orca lunges, grabbing the woman by the arm, dragging her into the depths. The once joyful scene turns into a nightmare as the powerful creature exerts its dominance. Screams pierce the air, replaced by a stunned silence. The audience, moments ago filled with excitement, is now frozen in horror. This was not part of the show. This was real. The gravity of the situation sinks in, leaving everyone in a state of shock and disbelief. This chilling scenario, though fictional, is a stark reminder of the ever-present danger lurking beneath the surface of orca training. The bond between trainer and orca, while seemingly strong, is fraught with risks. These trainers, often portrayed as fearless and in complete control, face a terrifying reality. They work with apex predators capable of immense power and unpredictable behavior. Every day they put their lives on the line, balancing trust and caution. The tragic death of Dawn Brancheau, an experienced SeaWorld trainer, serves as a tragic testament to this truth. Her legacy is a somber reminder of the delicate balance between human and nature and the respect that must be maintained when working with such formidable creatures. Orcas, also known as killer whales, are highly intelligent and social creatures. They are the ocean's top predator, with complex communication systems and hunting strategies. In the wild, they roam vast distances, forming strong family bonds and exhibiting a wide range of behaviors rarely seen in captivity. Their intelligence, often touted as a reason for their entertainment value, sadly becomes a liability when confined to artificial environments. Their natural lives are a world away from the sterile tanks of marine parks. Confined to these artificial environments, orcas are denied the opportunity to engage in natural behaviors. Their movements are restricted, their social structures are disrupted. The psychological impact of this confinement is profound, leading to frustration, stress, and even aggression. The debate over orca captivity rages on with passionate voices on both sides. This issue has sparked global protests and heated discussions, drawing attention from media and activists alike. Proponents argue that such facilities provide educational opportunities and aid in conservation efforts. They believe that seeing these majestic creatures up close can inspire a new generation to care about marine life. However, critics argue that the supposed benefits are far outweighed by the ethical implications. They point out that the physical and psychological toll on the orcas is immense, leading to shortened lifespans and abnormal behaviors. The tanks, no matter how large, can never replicate the vastness of the ocean. Orcas in the wild travel up to 100 miles a day, a freedom that captivity can never offer. The shows, no matter how entertaining, can never justify the deprivation these animals endure. The tricks they perform are a mere shadow of their natural behaviors, often learned through coercion. Imagine yourself for a moment confined to a space the size of a swimming pool for your entire life. The monotony and lack of stimulation would be unbearable. This is the reality for captive orcas. Their world is reduced to a fraction of what it should be, leading to immense suffering. Denied the freedom to roam, to hunt, to socialize on their own terms, they exist in a perpetual state of sensory deprivation. The social structures they form in the wild are complex and vital to their well-being. Is it any wonder, then, that some of these highly intelligent creatures lash out? Their frustration and distress manifest in ways that are often misunderstood by humans. The tragic death of Dawn Brancheau in 2010 shook the world. It was a moment that brought immense sorrow and disbelief to many who had followed her career and admired her dedication. This heartbreaking event exposed the dark underbelly of orca captivity, shedding light on the often unseen struggles of these majestic creatures. Brancho, a veteran trainer at SeaWorld Orlando, had dedicated her life to these animals. She was a beloved figure in the marine park community, known for her unwavering commitment and love for the orcas she worked with daily. She was known for her passion, her expertise, and her deep connection with the orcas. Her bond with these animals was evident to anyone who watched her perform or interact with them. Yet even her extensive experience and profound bond could not prevent the tragedy that unfolded on that fateful day. During what was supposed to be a routine performance, Tilikum, a large male orca with a known history of aggression, suddenly grabbed Brancho by her ponytail, pulling her forcefully into the pool. The scene quickly turned chaotic as onlookers realized the gravity of the situation. The attack was swift, brutal, and witnessed by a horrified audience. The spectators, who had come to enjoy a day of entertainment, were instead confronted with a nightmare. Brancho suffered multiple injuries, including a severed spinal cord and a broken jaw. Despite the immediate response from emergency personnel, her injuries were too severe. The incident sent shockwaves through the industry, leading to widespread media coverage and public outcry. It raised serious questions about trainer safety and the ethics of keeping such powerful predators in captivity. The debate over the treatment of orcas and the conditions in which they are kept continues to this day, sparked by the tragic loss of Dawn Brancho. The impact of captivity extends beyond the physical limitations of the tanks. Orcas are highly social animals, with complex communication systems and intricate family structures. In the wild, they form lifelong bonds with their pods, engaging in cooperative hunting, sharing food, and caring for their young. In captivity, these bonds are severed, replaced with artificial social groups that can lead to tension and aggression. The stress of confinement can manifest in a variety of ways. Some orcas exhibit stereotypical behaviors, such as repetitive swimming patterns or head bobbing, indicative of boredom and frustration. Others become withdrawn and lethargic, showing little interest in their surroundings. And in some cases, as with Tilikum, the stress can manifest as aggression towards trainers or tank mates. Why the violence? It's crucial to understand that orcas do not attack humans in the wild. There has never been a documented case of a wild orca killing a human. In captivity, however, the story is tragically different. The aggression displayed by captive orcas is not a sign of their inherent nature, but rather a symptom of a much deeper problem: the stress and psychological trauma inflicted by captivity. Imagine being confined to a small space, unable to escape, with your every move controlled. Imagine being separated from your family, your social structure disrupted. Imagine being forced to perform unnatural behaviors for the entertainment of others. This is the reality for captive orcas. Is it any wonder then that some lash out? The illusion of control. The tragic death of Dawn Brancho shattered the illusion of control that had long pervaded the world of orca training. Trainers, often portrayed as fearless whisperers, work under the constant threat of danger. These animals, no matter how well trained, are still wild creatures with instincts and behaviors we may never fully understand. The close contact, the trust, the apparent affection between trainer and orca all contribute to a narrative of harmony and control. But the reality is far more complex. The relationship is built on a foundation of dominance and control, where the orca is constantly reminded of its subordinate position. This power dynamic, inherently unnatural, can have devastating consequences. A call for change. The time has come to rethink our relationship with these magnificent creatures. The tragedies of Dawn Brancho and other trainers serve as stark reminders of the high cost of captivity. We can no longer ignore the ethical implications of keeping such intelligent and social animals confined to concrete tanks. The public is becoming increasingly aware of the plight of captive orcas. Documentaries like Blackfish have exposed the dark side of the industry, sparking outrage and calls for change. Legislation is being introduced around the world to ban or restrict orca captivity. The tide is turning. A kinder future. We have a responsibility to these animals to acknowledge their sentience, their intelligence, their right to a life free from exploitation. The future of orca captivity is uncertain, but one thing is clear: we can no longer turn a blind eye to their suffering. Let us strive for a world where these magnificent creatures are respected, not exploited, where they are allowed to roam free in their ocean home. Let us create a future where the only interaction we have with orcas is one of awe and wonder, not control and confinement. Let the legacy of Dawn Brancheau and other fallen trainers be a catalyst for change, a reminder that the show cannot go on. The time for a kinder, more compassionate approach is now.